Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, in this video, we will explain about management issues code of ethics in Tabung Haji. One of the issues that can be identified in Tabung Haji can be seen in the cutting paper from Bernama, which Zaharuddin Hamid, a former TH senior manager charged with receiving over Rm170,000 in bribes in order to helping two companies, namely Consolin Sendirian Berhad and MNB Engineering, to secure the renovation works. Thus, he too was accused of committing the offences at Maybank in the Sepandan between October 5, 2015 and May 24, 2018. The other issues that have been investigated are by looking to the news report about Abdul Aziz, who is confronting 3 counts of bribery involving Rm5.2 million connected to road projects in Perak and Kedah, and 9 counts of money laundering including about Rm140 million. In addition, Abdul Aziz, a former Tabung Haji chairman, is alleged to have committed bribery and money laundering in 2010 and 2018. What triggered us to study the issue? Firstly, we are triggered to study this issue to analyze and examine the ethical management and organization of Tabung Haji, which implements Islamic principle when conducting the business in Islamic finance. This study attempts to explore the practice of Islamic management in TH by providing saving and investment services based on the Sharia principle and to find out the best practice of TH as a world role model. In addition, we triggered to study this issue to analyze TH integrity and ethics perspective, which improving their standard of governance by enhancing the level of integrity, transparency, and morality. The last one, TH2 has produced the Code of Business Ethics to strengthen the business conduct that is provide guideline that outlines acceptable and unacceptable behaviors based on legal and ethical perspective while transacting TH business.
What is so interesting about the issue? Ethical issues have relate to organization. The goal of a business organization is to conduct itself ethically in all corporate activities and processes. Ethics is one of the main components of success for a business establishment. Tabung Haji are recognized for their ethical business practices. These organizations are known having a strict and effective business code of ethics that ensures that each company remains ethical and fair to its employees as well as other stakeholders. Tabung Haji has established a code of business ethics and a code of ethics of each suppliers in the ethical management of their organizations. What is the relationship of the issue with the Islamic ethics? Ethics is a system of moral principles that distinguish between what is right and what's wrong. Ethics refers in the Quran in Islamic setting is hollow. The Quran also utilizes a variety of terminology to denote goodness such as khair, bir, qist, adl, haq, ma'ruf. Management ethical principle in Tabung Haji. Tabung Haji is a significant Islamic financial institution in Malaysia. In its business activities, Tabung Haji cultivates integrity and oversees Sharia compliant organizational governance. All stakeholders in Tabung Haji and the customer who are loyal and trust Tabung Haji because of transparency in business. Tabung Haji conduct business in accordance with high ethical standards, including adherence to the principle listed. The principles that comply are honest performance of responsibilities, adherence to the law, avoidance of corruption, avoidance conflicts of interest. The ethical principles practiced by the Tabung Haji institution are closely related to Islamic ethics. Tabung Haji institutions do not have riba and gharar or fraud issues. These financial institutions strictly maintain and comply with the Sharia prescribed in Islam.
Konsep Tabung Haji related to ethics works and Sharia principles. Lembaga Tabung Haji is an Islamic institution that continuously strives to provide various facilities which are comprehensive and systematic for the welfare of Malaysian Hajj pilgrims. Besides halal savings and efficient Hajj operation management, TH also manage investment transactions to add value to our depositors. Its motive is to offer saving offerings which are untainted with the aid of using riba, and its important approach is to take advantage of the economic sources of Muslims in this sort of way as to keep away from the fragmentation of wealth that is adverse to the agriculture economy. The Islamic financial system is based on Islamic principle and philosophy, whereby the system itself is an integral part of Islam. What is our level of understanding on the issue? Based on what we understand of the issue, there are a number of ethical issues that occur in TH. This is very inappropriate because in Islam, work ethic and Islamic service are very much emphasized. However, this is because there are a handful of Tabung Haji employees who do not adhere to the Islamic code of work ethic and services. The calculation of work in Islam is not only related to rewards such as salary and so on. However, in addition, then this is that one has to hold the halal and haram limits in doing his work. This is as condition to the concept of work in Islam described earlier. In this matter, Rasulullah SAW said what he meant. The person who regrets and loves the most in the hereafter is the one who earns a living from the sustenance that is not lawful, until he enters hell together with the disbelievers. Sahih Muslim. So what should we do to solve the issue? Unethical behavior within inside the place of work is unfortunately extra not unusual place that you will think. While the primary matters that come in your thoughts are possibly problems together with fraud, bribery, cash laundering, and the like, unethical behavior refers to a lot extra than those intense instances, and also you won't even recognize an worker of yours is probably practicing unethical behavior in the back of your bag. According to Islam, something ends in welfare of the person or society is morally properly, and something is injurious is morally bad.
Related theories. The average workplace code of ethics is based on ethical theories developed by Western thinkers and theorists since 400 BC. Among the ethical theories mentioned are utilitarianism, egoism, hedonism, universalism, relativism, moral rights, justice, and others. Although these theories have been widely adopted for a long time, the persistence of moral misconduct in organization demonstrates the existence of flaws in the theories that underpin the code of ethics itself. The theories were developed based on the pionist thinking, reasoning, sensory observation, and personal experience, which proved to be extremely limited in scope. By focusing solely on the physical and material aspects, such a foundation limits the scope. In this regard, Islam has provided a moral code based on divine revelation. Code of Islamic ethics can be created for the use of the organization and society as a whole. Research findings. According to the findings of the preceding study, two factors that contribute to the decrease in Tabung Haji hibah are employee ethics. For the first reason is due to the previous management flaws, where the board of directors and previous management violated Yayasan Tabung Haji's memorandum and articles of association. The second reason is a violation of the Tabung Haji Act 1995, when Tabung Haji pay high hibah even though the profits were insufficient.
In conclusion, Islamic work ethics are very important to ensure the effectiveness and smooth workflow in community. Each of the worker, no matter what type of institution, must inculcate such terms to ensure the excellent quality of work in the same line with the requirement of Islam itself. The value of reliability is strongly encouraged in Islam work ethic. Neither of illegal nor dubious sources include the Islamic work ethic. This can be proved in how efficiently the Tabung Haji institution manages its financial system that free from any form of malpractice issue and abuse of power issue in work ethic. It is because they are really emphasized about concept and principle work ethic based on Sharia, especially during performing tasks at workplace. So then, we as a Muslim must know that Islam shows us the best way to improve our lifestyle of work ethic.